Hey everybody, Citizens in Action, Clark County here, wishing you a happy new year. Hope everyone had a relaxing holiday season, and we sure hope you're ready to get back to work cleaning up our local government. In this video, we're going to go over some highlights from this first week's council meetings of 2024 here in Clark County, including Jeffersonville and Clarksville, followed by an update to the election law challenge that affects our precinct committeeman effort here in Clark County. And kicking off the new year, we'd like to go over some highlights of this week's council meetings with all the new members in place. Although there seemed to be quite a bit of confusion at the Jeff City Council meeting on the agenda and the general flow of the meeting, that's understandable with so many new members. The public seats were pretty full, so that was great to see.
All right, well then, let's call to order this first meeting of 2024, January 2nd of the Common Council of the City of Jeffersonville.
Let the record reflect that all council members are present here in council chambers.
And with that, although it is a light one, we need approval of the agenda.
No minutes. Minutes is not.
Minutes. This is why I don't want this job. The minutes, let's have approval of a minute. So the first rule in medicine, and I hope we carry it through with government, is do no harm. That would be the first good rule. So if we keep to that, everybody seems to be great people. Everybody's hearts are in the right places. We're going to be great. And the only thing we have to do tonight by state statute is pick a president and vice president. However, there's also a need. I think it is a need to also talk about legal counsel, because without legal counsel, we're opening ourselves up for things. So I would like to get that discussed, brought about, whatever the case is.
Well, if there's no further discussions, I'd like to nominate Larry Wilder as our council attorney. He's been council attorney for 6 years, and he's represented a lot of cases, and I think he's more than qualified to be the council attorney.
The first meeting is for determining council president and vice president, but we immediately saw Larry Wilder back in the picture. Now remember, Larry Wilder resigned from his position of council attorney back in November in order to give the new council a fresh start to select their attorney.
Yesterday's election results established that in 2024, the client will be comprised of many new faces, and with many new faces come new ideas, new goals, and new philosophies. I applaud change and believe that the new leaders of Jeffersonville should be given a clean slate to determine how and with whom they want to move forward. In an effort to ensure that the newly constituted Jeffersonville City Council has an unencumbered opportunity to choose its legal counsel, I humbly submit my resignation effective December 31st, 2023.
With a motion to put Larry Wilder right back in place, the new council members immediately spoke up with some concerns and questions.
Make that motion.
Okay. We have a motion for Larry Wilder to be our counsel.
Question. I think that, it would be appropriate to have that conversation about our council attorney representation already. Not think that this is the meeting to do that in. I think we have adequate abilities. As of right now, I think there's a process that needs to play out for that to happen. I'd welcome Mr. Wilder to be a part of that process, but I believe that we need to have that process as being able to look at potential candidates, interview them, ask questions on their qualifications, and that would be my desire.
I agree with Mr. Stoner. I think that it'd be helpful to have a process where we consider all qualified candidates and have a discussion about the need for a council attorney. So that would be my preference as well.
Was there any other applicants sent in? So that position has been available and notified since the day after the election.
My proposal would be to make a call for resumes to be submitted. Put that out on the local county bar association, other venues, and then we could have either executive session or search committee. That's been formed by the city council in the past. Search committee to take applications, take resumes, conduct interviews, and make a recommendation to the full council. So I think it would behoove us to go through that process. And then certainly, I know Mr. Wilder has submitted his resume to council members, would be one of our qualified candidates to consider. And then the council could have a vote on all the candidates and the recommendation of the search committee.
I would just like to say that I support us in getting an attorney quickly. As a person who doesn't have a legal background, I would love to have that support going forward in our meetings. So I would want an expeditious choosing of an attorney if possible.
Okay, I have more questions. Have we always had a city council attorney?
Since 2000.
Okay. So it's not a required statute, though.
No, the statute does. In fact, the only employee of the city council, only hire the city council, can do by state law.
Are there any stipulations as far as when that decision has to be made? And I agree with Ms. Simone's that we do need to go through this process. And as she said, Mr. Wilder is welcome to apply. But I think that it would be very appropriate for this council to have the ability to form a committee. That's one idea in order to look into all the qualified candidates that make that decision at that point.
And I agree with Amy. I think we need to look further and interview some other lawyers, get their resumes, make a decision. I know we need to do it quick. Hopefully we can get it done in a couple of weeks. Their timeline.
I mean, I think we could have a call for resumes that could be concluded within a couple of weeks, and then we could resume this discussion either by executive committee or by the formation of a search committee. I reviewed Mr. Merkley's ordinance from 2000, and there was a search committee formed at that time. And that's, I think, how that was conducted last time.
Despite 3 new council members voicing concerns over reappointing Mr. Wilder as council attorney and expressing a desire to create a search committee to fill this key role, the senior council members put Larry Wilder right back in the spot he just resigned from, quickly putting in a motion, a second, and a passing vote.
All right, well, we have a motion and a second. So all those in favor of retaining Larry Wilder?
One thing I'd like to say, can we make sure this is a roll call vote, please?
You can, at any time, you can call for a roll
I'd like
call
to do a
vote.
roll call vote.
Okay, then a roll call vote has been called for. So we'll start. This is for the retaining of Larry Wilder as legal counsel for the city of Jeffersonville's city council.
Is there a time period for that?
I mean, what, I think when we hire him, it's for 1 year, isn't it? Isn't
I wasn't
that?
specified.
Usually it's an annual.
I think it's an annual renewal.
As well as president.
So with that, roll call vote, please.
Councilperson White.
Aye.
Councilperson Burns.
Aye.
Councilperson Simonis.
I'll abstain.
Councilperson Anderson.
Aye.
Councilperson Reed. Aye. Councilperson Webb.
Aye.
Councilperson Hawkins.
Aye.
Councilperson Snelling.
Aye.
Councilperson Stoner.
No, because this is, the process is not one that I think should have happened, but I'll just say no. I hope that we were able to find an ability to go through the correct process, but I'll just go ahead and vote no.
Amy Simones, who spoke quite a bit about creating a search committee, abstained from the vote. Jackie Snelling, who stated he would like to see additional resumes, turned around and voted Mr. Wilder back in along with the others. Kudos to Mr. Evan Stoner for having the courage to vote no and state his reasoning on record. Although Donna Reed, new to the council this year, did vote Mr. Wilder back in, we appreciated her thoughtful response to our emails on this topic. Miss Reed, and I'm paraphrasing, not a direct quote, Miss Reed did not feel comfortable having a vacancy in legal counsel after a training she recently took outlining all the many vulnerabilities and liabilities the council members were exposed to, and believes that lawsuits can become quite expensive to the taxpayers as well. As Mr. Wilder was the only one to submit a resume, Ms. Reed voted to reappoint him. Now, we're not picking on Mr. Wilder, but our group is focused on cleaning up local corruption, and Mr. Wilder seems to be in the center of it. Not just because Mr. Wilder was found drunk in a trash can in the past, but primarily because he is the representing attorney for former Sheriff Jamie Knoll, who faces 15 felony charges related to stealing money from taxpayers. Is this the best attorney our city council can find at a salary of over $100,000 taxpayer dollars annually? Surely not. Ms. Reed told us that she would love to take part in creating a new process to pull in other qualified applicants for the city attorney position moving forward. So we certainly hope to see that happen before the next annual vote.
So we have 7 for, 1 against, and 1 abstention. So motion passes.
Well, and with that, we are now continuing the discussion about council president. If
Right,
anyone-
I'd like to nominate Councilman White.
I'll second.
Any other discussion about Councilman White or anybody else want to chime in just for fair time? That now we have a motion and a second for Mr. White. And does anybody want to call for a roll call vote?
I like a roll call vote.
Roll call, all vote is called for. So with that, Skill, roll call vote.
Councilperson White.
Aye.
Councilperson Burns.
Aye.
Councilperson Simonis.
Aye.
Councilperson Anderson.
Aye.
Councilperson Reed. Abstain. Councilperson Webb.
Aye.
Councilperson Hawkins.
Aye.
Councilperson Snelling.
Aye.
Councilperson Stone. Motion passes with 8-4 and 1 abstention.
Got it one time.
All right, are there any nominations for vice president?
I'd like to nominate Councilman Hawkins.
Second that.
All right, do you want to anybody want a roll call vote, or is there a motion?
I'd like a roll call vote.
Right? Ready?
Councilperson White.
Aye.
Councilperson Burns.
Aye.
Councilperson Simonis.
Aye.
Councilperson Anderson.
Aye.
Councilperson Reed. Aye. Councilperson Webb.
Aye.
Councilperson Hawkins.
Aye.
Councilperson Snelling.
Aye.
Councilperson Stoner.
No.
8-1.
That's pretty much all the excitement that happened there. Feel free to check out the link included in the description to watch the full video. There were some pretty good closing remarks here at this meeting. Now in Clarksville, the new council members really stirred things up Tuesday. The longstanding chief of police was suddenly removed, which caused a lot of controversy amongst the public. This one was covered by the news, so in case you missed it, here's a short clip.
By a show of hands, how many people here are for Mark Palmer remaining chief? Raise your hands. The people know you are doing wrong.
Tensions high in tonight's town council meeting in Clarksville after a change is made to who is leading the police department. This is Wave News at 11. I'm John Bull. Clarksville Town Council appointed a new chief while simultaneously giving the now former chief a new position as the first ever town safety director. Wave News reporter Brandon Spencer joins us now with a timeline for this replacement.
John, community members at the town council meeting told me they've never seen that room so full before. It was because not everyone agreed with the decision to replace Mark Palmer as chief of police of Clarksville, leading to high tensions and very fiery conversations.
I'm absolutely a no due to this is so unbelievable of this council to do this. It's just right off the bat, give somebody a few minutes. I'm not done. Give somebody just a couple of minutes to make a decision over something so important.
At this time, it's my great honor to congratulate Chief Mark Palmer for his new role as the town of Clarksville's first ever safety director. Thank you, Chief.
And just like that, Chief Mark Palmer is no longer the chief of police in Clarksville. Nathan Walls is replacing him. It followed a 4-3 vote by the town council. Town council president Ryan Ramsey says talks about replacing Chief Palmer started around Thanksgiving, eventually leading to discussions about moving him to a town safety director. It was a position Palmer presented to the board almost a year and a half ago, never expecting to eventually fill the role himself.
I did not like how the process was done. I thought the process could have been more open, more transparent. But, it is election time, so I'm not surprised on a whole lot of it. But I did think it could have been a little bit more transparent, a little bit more better communication all the way around.
Transparency that council member Karen Henderson says she used.
I did make a statement in the news. I was being transparent to Councilwoman and Schiller and trying to be transparent with her, and all I got was rage.
One thing that I did notice about the meeting was a last-second change in format. Public comment usually comes before new business, but in today's meeting, they were flipped. Palmer says he will have to see all the details before accepting the town safety director position. He still plans to remain on the force and will have at least the rank of captain. We did reach out to the council members who supported the replacement, but they either did not get back to us or didn't want to speak on camera.
So there you have it. Former Chief Palmer is no longer chief of police in Clarksville, to be replaced by Nathan Walls. Now let's get into an update on a prior video we did about an Indiana election law that was challenged by candidate John Rust, with that law being found unconstitutional. The law says that in order to run as a candidate on your party's ballot, you have to have voted in 2 prior consecutive primary elections for that party, or You have to obtain written certification of party membership from your party's county chair. Our county's Republican chair is Jamie Knoll, who picks and chooses who he wants to certify, thus controlling who you can vote for here locally. He is known for challenging and removing anyone who doesn't support him. So this rule that you had to have voted in 2 prior primary elections has been ruled unconstitutional, but this only applies to John Rust's case. It does not necessarily apply to everyone in Indiana. In our prior video, we told you this ruling was great news for us in Clark County because this rule has been used to keep people off the ballots. And we thought that the court ruling meant that our local chair wouldn't be able to use this rule anymore. But depending on your local party chair, he or she may or may not continue to use this unconstitutional rule for upcoming elections. The Rust ruling is set for appeal in February, and if the ruling is upheld, it'll set precedent and apply to others in Indiana from our current understanding. No party chair of integrity would be using this rule to keep people from running as candidates because that would go against the spirit of free and fair elections. Unfortunately, we do not have a Republican Party chair of integrity here in Clark County. Mr. Knoll refuses to step down as the Clark County and 9th District GOP chair, despite the embarrassment he's brought to our county and to the Republican Party overall. According to the Republican Party rules, if a person is convicted of a felony, they are automatically removed from their position. As Knoll awaits his May trial, things could get interesting this election year. Knoll remaining in place, protected by his family and friend crime ring, hurts the party and anyone running as a Republican candidate. John Colburn, who will be running for Indiana House District 70 as a Republican, came out with a powerful public statement. On December 15, 2023, he writes, "As a husband, father, American, Hoosier, Republican, and a candidate for the Indiana House of Representatives District 70, I am greatly troubled by the alleged criminal activities surrounding our Clark County's GOP and 9th Congressional District Chairman. The past 5 months have seen multiple search warrants served on him and his properties, the filing of 15 felony charges by a special prosecutor appointed by the Indiana Supreme Court, resulting in his very public arrest on November 8th. The past 24 hours have seen additional search warrants with specific allegations being made public, even incriminating a past sheriff from an adjoining county. The following statement is made with the full knowledge and understanding that he is completely and totally innocent until proven guilty in a court of law and judged guilty by a jury of his peers beyond a reasonable doubt and to a moral certitude. It is my opinion that the Clark County GOP and 9th Congressional District Chairman should immediately relieve himself of all duties associated with and surrounding the Republican Party. His continued association with the Republican Party cast a pall over the entire party, all its activities, and everyone associated with it. Every Republican candidate is intent on beating their Democrat opponent, and now we have the added burden of overcoming the stigma of corrupt politicians. In standing for honesty and integrity, I must openly express my discontent with an organization which refuses to publicly denounce these activities and their purported perpetrator. The silence from the Republican Party and its leadership on this issue has been and continues to be deafening. In Liberty, John D. Colburn." Well done, sir. Who is John Colburn? Links to his campaign pages are in the description if you want to check him out. These are the types of brave leaders we need to reshape the local GOP. If I were in District 70, this is the guy I would want representing me. To find out which district you're in, go to indianavoter.in.gov, link below in the description. To the rest of you holding positions in local government or planning to run, where are your letters? Where are your public statements calling out this local corruption? If you expect the support of your constituents in May and November, I hope you all start following the courageous and bold example of John Colburn. We not only want Knoll out of the GOP chair position, we want to reshape the local party to get rid of the people who continue to protect and support him and those that keep putting him in place, primarily the County Precinct Committeemen, PCs. We covered the importance of PCs before, and now these positions are open for candidates starting January 10th and closing February 9th at noon. There are a little over 70 precincts in Clark County, and each precinct committeeman will get to put a vice precinct committeeman in place. Our goal is to find someone to run in every Clark County precinct because most of the current ones are known associates, friends, and family members of Jamie Knoll, and we need to change that. These PCs and vice PCs will be the ones to vote in the next GOP chair, and they have the power to remove a county chair and fill other party vacancies. For example, there was just recently a vacancy on the Clark County Council. Darcy Schiller left the council to take a seat on the Clarksville Council. As a Republican, her seat needed to be filled by the party outside of an election. So the Clark County GOP held a caucus where all the available PCs and vice PCs show up and vote in a replacement. This happened in December, led by Jamie Knoll, and all of his PCs voted in Ron Grooms to that vacant seat on the Clark County Council. So now he will hold that seat through 2026 until the next election. Becoming a PC is one of the easiest positions you can hold, but one of the most important if you want to see local change. The CAN 37 form is one page, it's remarkably simple, and it gets turned into the Clark County Clerk anytime before February 9th at noon. You don't need to run a big campaign, just get your name on the ballot and tell your neighbors and friends to vote for you in the May primary. Go to that same website, indianavoter.in.gov, to find out what precinct you're in. Contact us for more information about the important role, or check the link below for the Indiana PC Project website. We'll be coming out with updates as this project progresses to help you make an informed vote in the upcoming elections. And it's not just Clark County. Take a look at our surrounding counties. Floyd County's GOP chair, Heather Peters, friend and business associate of Jamie Knoll. You want her gone? Run for PC in Floyd County. Look at Scott County. The GOP chair is Kenny Hubanks, under investigation in connection with Jamie Knoll crimes. You want him out? Run for PC in Scott County. There's no time like the present. Take an active role in making your community a better place. Wake up, speak up, sign up, take action. As always, you can contact us for any reason through our website, citizensinactionclarkcounty.com, email us, or join us on Telegram. That's it for this one. See you all next time.